What's up, everybody? My name is Joe Jaeger, and welcome to the 2021 MPA Virtual Snare Drum Clinic. This is the Level 1 clinic, and today we're going to be talking about our 4 main stroke types of snare drumming. And hopefully you've heard of these stroke types before, but just as a review, we've got our rebound stroke, we've got our downstroke, we've got our tap stroke, and my personal favorite, the upstroke. Okay? And now this clinic is going to be designed for any type of snare drummer, any level of snare drummer. Whether you're still figuring out how to hold those sticks and where to hit the drum, where on the drum head to hit the drum, or you're like, man, I'm ready to check out that next level and hop on an audition camp for an independent world drumline. Wherever you're at, this is going to be the clinic for you. You may say, oh, I already got those stroke types. I'm just going to stop this video, move to the advanced one. But do not stop the video, okay? Because I promise you that you are not past this clinic. Because I think that no matter where you are at, if you can master these 4 types of strokes, you can play anything, okay? And if you can really think about how your hands feel and how they move and what kind of strokes you're playing throughout a book that you're playing, it's going to take your playing to the next level from a mental standpoint, okay? So make sure you have your practice pad with you, your sticks with you, and we're going to do some play-alongs as we talk about these 4 main stroke types. So the first stroke we are going to focus on is that rebound stroke. So I'm going to set my met to just 100 beats per minute, and we're just going to play some rebound strokes together. Let's do these rebound strokes just starting with our right hand in half notes. And you can go ahead and just jump in with me whenever you're ready. Now notice as I do the rebound stroke, my stick is never stopping. It travels up, and I just push it right back down. Let's go to the left hand. Good. And now I'm going to pause for a second. I'm not really concerned with how we're turning the stick right now, okay? Many of your instructors probably tell you to turn your wrist, okay? If you notice, I'm playing with some extra arm right now. I'm just using the full range of motion and just really trying to feel that stick, okay? Trying to feel that stick rebound off the head. I don't care too much about how I do it. I'm just focused on that rebound right now, okay? Let's try that one more time together. Jump in whenever you're ready. Left hand. Good, and we'll stop there. So now we're going to refine this just a little bit, okay? I'm going to keep my metronome at 100 BPM. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my nice, comfortable set position, whatever your instructors are telling you to do, okay? Most will probably say, keep your beads together, keep them in the center of the drum head. Maybe put 2 fingers between the rim and the stick, okay? And if you're doing match grip, that's cool too. All of these are going to apply, okay? So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start up like this. Okay, I'm going to start in my max height position. So for some of you, that's forte in your drum line. For some of you, that's fortissimo. For some of you, it's way up here, okay? For the purpose of this video, we're going to go about 12 inches. And what I want to do is when I play these rebound strokes, I want to make sure that I turn my wrist down and then back up to that same height that I started at. That's okay if your stick stops up here, okay? Because we want to make sure it's just a natural rebound. Whenever it gets to that top height, go ahead and stop it. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our met on and we're going to play 8 half notes on the right hand, 8 half notes on the left hand, 8 double stops, and then we're going to stop there and check our height. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, on. going to do those double stops. Check that height. Let's go ahead and do that one more time together. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready. Cool. Once again, I'm focusing on not stopping that stick at any point until it stops at my max height. Okay, from here all the way down, all the way back up, totally smooth. Okay, I don't want too loose of a grip where I start to look like this, like the stick's gonna fall out of my hands. I gotta have a firm grip on the stick, but it can't be so tight that it cuts off that rebound, right? That next stroke we're gonna talk about then is the downstroke. It's the same thing as a rebound stroke. All we're doing is we stop our hand. Okay? Now to get a quality downstroke, we need a couple things. We need to think about not squeezing the stick. If we squeeze that stick, it's going to cut off our sound quality, right? We'll get a pretty weak sound this way. If I have a nice relaxed but firm grip over the stick, and I think about a heavy hand, I get a nice big sound out of that downstroke. And the weight of my hand is going to stop that stick right in my set position. Okay? One more quick thing to think about here, and this is kind of a next level thing, is thinking about our preps. So if I turn my metronome on, I've got my quarter note here. I'm going to think about an eighth note prep. I'm going to prep an eighth note before I play. And that's just going to help my accuracy with the tempo. Okay, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1. Okay, so here we go. Let's just go 8 clicks before we play this time. We're going to do that same exercise with the half notes. 8 on the right, 8 on the left, 8 double stops. And we're going to do it in downstrokes. Here we go. And 5, 6, ready. Cool. There you have it, downstrokes. At any point, if you feel like stopping this video, rewinding to play along again, go for it. You're at the comfort of your own home. You do whatever you want, right? Moving on to tap strokes. All we're doing is a piano or 3-inch or whatever your drumline calls it, stroke. Very small wrist turn. Basically, how I define this is a flat stick parallel with the drum head. Let's do that same exercise in half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now talking about that prep again, when I'm playing an exercise or a stroke type that's this low and it has like minimal distance to travel, I'm not going to think about it whole eighth note prep to go from here to here. That's just too much time. And 1, and 1. I'm going to think 16th note. A 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. And if I can be super detailed about my prep strokes with my wrists, once again, that's just going to help my accuracy. Moving on to my favorite stroke, the upstroke. probably don't need the metronome yet. The upstroke, we're going tap, and we rebound it all the way up to our forte height. I'll get into why this is my favorite stroke later, but it's really going to help you out to master this upstroke in the future. Same exercise with this upstroke. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Speaking of mastering the upstroke, something to consider here is just how our arms and our wrists feel as we lift that stick. Okay? Because in reality, we say rebound it all the way up here. Physics-wise, that doesn't necessarily work. We need to add a little bit of a lift with it. Okay? So when I do that, I want to be extra relaxed. If I feel any sort of tension here, or in my fingers squeezing the stick, or in my wrist to turn that up as fast as I can, that's just going to cause me problems down the road if I were to play a 2-height passage. Something like this. If I can't do that without playing relaxed, then I'm not going to be able to play it very fast, right? So we want to be super relaxed here. As relaxed as we can be on the upstrokes. Good. Now let's put all 4 of these strokes together, okay? And we're going to play an exercise called 16 on a hand. Hopefully this is similar to something you play in your warm-up sequence with your drumline friends. What we're going to do is just play some eighth notes. 16 on the right hand, 16 on the left hand, 16 on the right hand, 16 on the left hand, and that's going to be it. But we're going to mess with it a little bit. We're going to play forte, or 12 inches, just with some rebound strokes. Then we're going to bring it down to 3 inches to cover our tap strokes. Then we're going to add bucks to cover our downs and our ups. Okay, so we'll play this a couple times at a couple different tempos. Here we go. 8 clicks, and then we play 16 on a hand. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inches. Now we go to bucks. That's going to be our exercise, okay? Now, to get into why that upstroke is my favorite stroke. So I believe that if you can just focus on those upstrokes, making your upstrokes sound really, really, really consistent, and making sure you're consistent about how you lift that stick off the head, you don't even need to worry about playing the accents. The accents will take care of themselves. If you can just play a quality tap with a quality upstroke every single time you play it, this exercise is going to be spectacular. Okay, let's go a little faster. Here's 120 BPM, 8 and in. 5, 6, ready, go. Three inches. Bucks. Relaxed upstrokes here. We're going to cover one more tempo. Here's 140 BPM. We're going to do that same exercise. Again, as we get faster, that upstroke, super important. Being consistent with the sound, consistent with the reaction of that stroke. Nice and relaxed. Here we go. Okay, the more relaxed we are coming up, the more relaxed we are coming down. Snowball effect, right? All right, and that's going to do it for level 1. Once again, feel free to go back, play any of these exercises over and over and over again, right? The more reps you get on an exercise like this, the more consistent you become. So it's all about that routine practice time, building good practice habits as well. Okay.